Hi everybody, I am Sukriti Really, and today we have Sanya with us who is going to share her journey throughout working inside Sukriti Really Academy. And not just that, she's going to share a lot more breakthroughs with you so that it helps you as well. Welcome, Sanya. I pass it over to you. Please tell us a lot about yourself because this time we want you to speak.
Hi, Sukriti, and hi, everyone. Thank you for listening to this. So, how can I start? I've been part of this academy since mid of July this year. And yeah, it's almost 6 months. And I can really not express how much my journey has changed, like the journey I've been through and how much I've changed in these 5.5 months. So, I'm in. Just to tell you so shortly about myself, I'm 35 and I'm living in North Macedonia, Europe. I'm a molecular biologist and an entrepreneur now. And yeah, I started talking with Sukriti somewhere in March, where I don't know, we met over the net, I guess. And but it took me a few months and few conversations with her until I made up my mind to really start working, because of course at that time, that version of Sanya, I really had many doubts. I was generally confused about my life. I was so scared of the choices I had to make, and I was just in a state of confusion. So uh yeah, what can I share? uh
So yeah,
can you
I mean, I want you to share about the achievements that you have achieved inside Sukriti Reddy Academy.
So I had a few goals set for myself, and I started this academy with, of course, with the help of Sukriti. She made us crystallize these goals, and I really, the main goal for me was to my love life, like to find my true love, and to get better in my career, also to start my own business. But I've been trying to do all this for years and I simply didn't know how. And just on the first talk with Sukriti that we had somewhere in June, like I remember, as I said before, I was really confused. Like I was hesitant to start. I was really doubtful at that time. I didn't have much money on my account, to be honest. And I had a journey planned ahead, which I had to spare my extra money to already. So, but after talking to Sukriti for half an hour and discussing my goals and everything and how we are gonna be working together, and um, that I can really achieve everything that I want, I just simply didn't think a minute and I just booked the spot with her. And I just couldn't wait for that month because I had 1 month till we start and I just couldn't wait for the starting date to, yeah.
Yeah, I do remember the first call that we had. Um, you wanted to do this, right? You wanted to join the academy. Then you had a trip plan on which you knew that you're gonna spend money, you're gonna invest in yourself in that, and you were scared a bit. I remember the conversation that we had. You were scared at first place, and you were like, "Sukriti, I'll tell you, I'll let you know." But we went into, the conversation like 15 more minutes we had discussed, and then you were all set. You were like, yeah, I want to do this. So I just want to know what shifted in you that on the same call you told me that, okay, I'm going to think about it. And after 15 minutes, you were just in. So what was the shift that happened within you?
The shift was that you really gave me the confidence, and that we are gonna do it. Like there is no doubt in it. Like it's certain 100%. Like, and my energy shifted a lot. Like from doubting myself, I trusted you, and because I didn't know how, but I just knew I can trust you at that point, and that I knew you're gonna guide me in the right direction. So I think it was this, from doubt to trust, I shifted my energies.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for trusting me. And today we are sitting here doing the, interview, and you have so many success stories to, share with us. And throughout your journey from last, 5.5 months, I know that you have been not just learning and implementing, but you have been helping people inside the community as well. So my next question is, do you think that community plays a major role in anybody's success or transformation?
I can say definitely yes, it does play, because you need a safe place at first to where to speak about yourself. Okay, we are journaling and everything, and uh but you need someone to talk to, and you cannot talk to just anybody outside, because yeah, we know the world we live in, and we are scared that other people will hurt us if we are vulnerable, and unless we are vulnerable we cannot heal. And within the community I felt this safe place that I've shared like all my deepest fears and secrets, I can say. But that made me heal. Yeah, so it's a really lovely and supportive community, and we are constantly celebrating our wins and sharing our questions and doubts and everything, and we help each other constantly, so I can assure you of that.
That's amazing. I'm so happy to know that. Did you any on any calls or any way you felt that you shouldn't ask any certain questions because maybe somebody else, what will they think? What will they perceive about you? So did you think like that on those lines ever?
Of course, at the start, because you cannot, even within the safe community, like you cannot be fully open at the beginning. But that's why this is a process, and with time, like I don't know, within a month or maximum two, like I shared really everything, and this is when I truly grew. So yeah, it's, but you can do it at any time, really, like, because I realized after a point that there is no point to be scared, and that nobody will use this against me or against anybody that I love, and that we can just trust each other and share each other's
Yeah,
thoughts,
absolutely.
feelings.
And I think because of this, whenever you came on the call, you were very honest. I think during first two or three calls, you were not that open about your questions, but after that, you saw that everybody's comfortable, everybody's talking their heart out, asking questions, and telling about their experiences that they have went through. You also got that confidence that it's okay to speak about my life. It's okay to open the chapters of my life that I was not able to open in front of others. So, do you think that for people who are on the verge of, joining the academy or who are on the verge of working with me, do you think that working in a private setup is limiting you because you have worked with me inside the group, right? Every week we had people from different walks of life, right? So do you think that people who have this mindset that no, I am not comfortable opening up, they should understand that whatever problems they are going through, the other person is also going through the same problems and they will not judge that person? So do you think on those lines?
So yeah, I think that definitely helped me, and I know it. It will help others as well, because when another person within the community shares something very hurtful for them, or something that they didn't want to share at first, it inspires you also to take action and to open yourself up. And sometimes we realize that we are all the same people, like we all have similar childhood issues, childhood experiences, let's say, that we thought we are just passing through these things. And when you start speaking within the community, you realize everyone has the similar problems. We just were afraid to share them with the world. And this helped me, because I specifically remember, like, my deepest hurt, I got to share it on one call after a person really opened up about themselves. So that was so inspiring, that call, that I don't know, it made me cry at the end. So I can just say that the community helps a lot. Like, Sukriti, is you're great and everything, but sometimes with the coach you can feel like the authority student setting, and with the community group, everyone is on the same page, or somebody is a bit more advanced, somebody less advanced. And this is one more thing that I like, because we joined at slightly different points in time. So we are in different phase of our journey within the community too. So we also, like, the more experienced ones help like the newbies, let's say, to open up. So this helps a lot too. So for me, at least, it did, and I know it will for everyone.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And like you said that on one of the calls, I remember those calls, one of the calls you spoke about your life situation and that, changed somebody else's life. So, you get that feeling that, when somebody else got healed because of you, you also heal yourself. So because we all are one, right? So sometimes we cannot dig deep inside us, but we can help somebody else heal themselves and it heals us as well. So I just want to add to what you said, that when we are sharing our life experiences and when somebody else is changing their life because we shared it with them, it heals us as well. So I hope whoever watches this interview, they start opening up. But at the same time, I also want to tell them that you have to be very aware about in which community you are sharing it, who is the person you are sharing it with, and what are the intentions of the other person and you while sharing it, right? Sometimes you have the right intention, but the other person does not have the right intention or does not have that awareness how to process that information, how to use that for their own benefit, right? So this is something that definitely is a problem for the people. When they try to open up, they are not selective, they are not aware about if the other person is the right person and if they are actually gonna get that safe space or not. And that's exactly why a lot of people don't want to open up their wounds, don't want to talk about what is painful for them, because the other person that they are sharing it with try to use it for their benefits. So I hope whoever watches this interview, they get inspired. But whatever you are sharing, it's a very practical life experience, because nothing, I can feel your energy. It's nothing logical. You're not using your mind. You're just being yourself. And you have understood it that, we all have same problems. And if you can solve it for yourself, you are so generous to share it with others, how they can, solve it for themselves as well. Right. So congratulations on that. And now we are coming to a very, beautiful part of this interview, that is, you have attracted your right partner within a week after you decided that you want to end up, the connection that you had earlier with the other person. And how did that happen? Like, what was the experience like? Because I remember on one of the calls, you said you cried your heart out because you were not happy with the relationship. You were the only person who was giving in a relationship. You were not receiving anything in return of that, which is, okay to have an expectations in a relationship to receive and balance your energies, but you were not getting it. You cried on that call. And when I told you that if you're not happy, you have to make a choice, you have to make a decision about it, and you said that, Sukriti, I'm almost there. And I told you, the next thing that I told you is that, Sanya, you're not almost there, you have to take the action, you can't stop yourself. And you said that, what is stopping me is that if I'll talk about this, if I'll break up with that person might feel bad about himself, or that person would have to go through a painful experience. And I told you that, what, your intentions are right, maybe for some time it would be painful for this person, but on the long run this person would have a happy life, because you two together are not able to give that happiness to each other. And if at the end of the day your intention is to make this person happy in his life, so you have to take this decision, and not just for himself but yourself also. And the moment you took that decision, you were able to attract the right person. So I want to hear it from you. How did that happen? What was your experience like when you spoke with the previous person? You told him your side of the story. How did it go? Because a lot of people are scared to call off a relationship even if it's not serving.
So I can say I was really scared about this, so I won't be like, because it took me some time, of course, because we used to even live together, and of course I was emotional and it was difficult at start. And I remember even before this call that you mentioned that we had one call when you were like, I know you have to do it, you're scared, and I didn't want to speak about that for a month. I remember I was building up tension inside myself because I was like, what if I share that I'm still with this person and Sukriti will talk
I
me out of
agree,
it?
yeah. That's why I
So I
never
kept,
asked you about that again, because I knew that uh, you 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 are trying your best. You have your own set of fears, and I wanted you to come to that place where I can talk it out to you, right? Because I
yeah,
remember on one of the calls you cried incessantly, because one thing is that you were hurt in the relationship a lot,
I
and
was,
second thing is that you were scared to hurt the other person,
yeah,
right? So I totally knew about it, but I did not want to talk about it again till the time you are comfortable talking about it, because the intention was not to hurt you, but to help you.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I felt really not valued in that connection because yeah, my goals, like I wanted to move to next stage in life and to really give myself like and create a happy life together and stuff. And I wasn't getting those things in return, which I realized at this point in my life I want that. And so slowly but surely, and I fight it inside with myself. And but then on one call, I was like thinking, it was this call like 2 weeks ago now, that I was like finally done inside of myself. And I was like, Sukriti, I haven't talked about this, but I want to share something with you, and that I've made my decision to split up and to get done with this relationship. But I was like, at that point, the only thing that scares me is to hurt this person, because I know he is not a bad person, we just didn't click together and we are not in the same stage of life. And she was like, but if you are, yeah, if that's the right thing and you want to do it in a nice way and stuff, you won't hurt these people, this person, and this really like gave me the final assurance that I'm doing the right thing. And so then how is it, like, it wasn't even a week after, it was 5 days after the call that I did go, and we ended it up like really nicely. And we talked for over 3 hours over coffee, and we shared all the good memories together, and just wished each other good at the end. So I'm just now happy that I did it and the way it happened and everything. So I just want to share that it doesn't have to be scary if you realize that that's the right thing to do, and if you do it in the right way. So you just sit and talk, and then the person will understand if you understand it within yourself. So just this is my recommendation. Do not be scared if you know something is off. My first sign was confusion. Like, I was confused the whole time in the past few months of this. And when there is confusion, there is really no space for love. So yeah.
Right. You have rightly said it. Wherever there is confusion, there is no clarity. You can't expect confusion and clarity at the same time, at the same place. It's not possible. Right. And you have said it very rightly, like you have phrased it very right, that when your intentions are right, the outcome is always right. Right? You
Yeah.
were scared that how will it happen? What if it, turns out in an argument? What if he blames you? Or what if you have to put yourself in a situation where you have to, tell him that these are the things because of which you are not going to continue, or, it is again a blame game, right? You didn't want that. You were scared about it. And the moment you shifted your energy from scared to faith that what I'm doing is right, the outcome was also right. He did not
Yeah.
blame you. You did not blame him. You had a great time. Even when you were ending something, you had a great time. And he wished you well. You wished him well. So breakups, it's not necessary that breakups have to go through, difficult moments. It's not necessary, right? And the best part, the moment you did it, you attracted the love of your life. Like I remember when we had, that first call we both had, and you told me before joining the academy, you told me that, you want to get married, you want to have kids, you want to lead a happy life that a woman should lead, right? And you also mentioned that you are very confused if you should, take it forward with the person that you were at that point of time, or you should attract somebody else. And in 5.5 months, you were able to come out of that confusion. You had that clarity, and the moment you had the clarity, you attracted the right person faster. So I want to know more about that, because there are a lot of people who are stuck in a relationship where it is not serving them. They are not able to move on, and they are not able to, come out of it. They're not able to attract better things. So what is your take on that? Like, I want to understand your side of the story. How did it feel? How did it happen? Why do you think you were able to attract it faster the moment you decided?
So the moment I decided, I was like, at that point, I was not scared anymore. I was like, whatever happens, happens. Like the right person will appear, and I just knew I had to end this. But then, like, uh, I was shortly in communication in with one guy, and it's over messaging, so we hadn't even seen each other. And the moment I said this and I split up, like I received the loveliest love letter, and like he poured his heart out to me, and it was like a love confession that I don't know, it's like in a fairy tale, and I cannot even express how happy I am now. But this only happened like it happened within 1 2 days, like until it was everything within 5 days, I can say. I shared that I will split up, I split up, and then I received the love confession of my life. And I know, like, people might call me crazy now and everything, but I somehow, like, we connected so much, and I know deep in my heart that this is the right person for me. So I'm just, yeah, happy for it and waiting to
That's
build this
amazing. I
life.
mean, I am happy for you for that, because this was one of your goals which you wanted to achieve and achieved it. And I promised you that you're gonna achieve it, right? We are gonna together work for it and you will achieve it. And do you think the moment you released that fear, you attracted the right person? The moment you stopped coming in your own way through your fear, it started coming towards you, whatever you wanted. Do you think that?
Definitely, because I knew I'm doing good in other areas of life, but like, and getting the results one by one, as we said. And then I knew that this, like, one thing I was putting the brake on myself. Like, it was like I was scared, and this fear was like my brake, like, wait, I'm moving way too fast. And I can say, like, I knew that this is the last step I have to do to completely change, like, myself, and to, yeah, to be the new version of Sanya. So then, like, when it came to just that point, I was like, I have to do it. There is no way around it. It just has to be done. And then the fear went away, and then it's when this happened. Yeah, the love confession and meeting the right person.
That's amazing. I have one question from you, Sanya. Did you think when you joined the academy and when we had the, did you think that actually it is gonna happen? Like I know that I told you that I will help you achieve all this that you want. Did you think that this is how fast it is gonna happen for you at that time?
Not this fast. Definitely not this fast. Of course, I wanted to. I trust that till some certain point. Of course, I couldn't see the end result yet myself, because at the start we are just confused and lost and everything. But since you've been there, and you knew, like, I knew that if you have done this and you can guide us, and that I will also get to that step. But it was difficult to imagine that result at the end, and especially for the relationship part. Now I was just amazed of how fast it happened. I was amazed. So yeah, no, at the start, guys, yeah, I know you can think like, this is no way to happen for me. There is no chance for this to happen within few months and everything. But I'm the living proof of it that it happened. So I can just share that.
Amazing, amazing. Just one last question, Sanya. You have been an amazing person throughout this interview and you have poured your heart out. You have not resisted any invitation. I want you to tell anybody who's on a verge of if there is any one thing that you want to tell a person who is on a verge to join the academy or work with me, what would that
So I just want them to, I just want you to like to, yeah, have a little faith in yourself that this is for the good of you. And even that you cannot see like the process, even if you cannot see yourself reaching the goal, that the community and security and yourself, like, you'll go through this, so don't think about it. And I was also at the point when, at the time when I started, I didn't have like the sufficient money. I was worried, what if I spend this money in vain and nothing will happen? But what if something happens, so I know it will happen, because then you put this investment, you invest in yourself, you invest in your energy, and you invest in your well-being. And when we are just truly healed, we can enjoy life truly, because I know that, like, I've been in such a confused state before, like for 7 or 8 years, and whatever I did outside of this academy, like nothing worked for me, and I was really struggling for a long time. So if you are also struggling for a long time, and maybe you're like, I for some time I was like, I can do this on my own, I know I have to do this, I have to do this, but I didn't know how to start, I didn't know how to identify like my root problems, I didn't know anything about the process. So that's why I can just say to trust the process and start with the academy, and you'll see amazing results.
That's amazing. And with that, I also want to add for anybody who's going to watch this interview. When she had invested in herself, she wanted to invest in installments because she had a trip coming in and she wanted to take care of everything. But she came back to me and she was like, Sukriti, can I invest the whole amount in one go? And I was like, yes, you can do that. So that's the kind of faith that she had put in herself, right? So
Yeah,
most of the people think like, no, we cannot invest this kind of money to, get the result. We cannot afford it. But I just want to tell you that it's not the money which is the problem. It's the mindset. It's the self-doubt stopping you to, invest in yourself. So
yeah.
on that note, I would just, thank you for being here. And I'm sure you have inspired everybody who has joined this interview or who is going to watch this. Any last thing that you would like to say, or shall we wrap up?
I don't know if I mentioned throughout the interview, but I also can say, yeah, one of the things that I also wanted to achieve was a higher payment in my job, and I achieved within the same company like 50% increase, which is not expected in my field. And so I also did that, but that happened before the last thing. And yeah, I topped it off. We topped it off with the cherry on top of the cake. So the love was
Absolutely,
the
because
one.
now you know that when they say this is not possible in any industry or this is not possible in journal, anything, it's the limitation. You know how to get anything that you want, right? You don't believe the logics, you know your power. And that's how you achieve anything that you
Definitely. Yeah.
want. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Sanya.
Thank you, Sukriti, and thank you for everything, for letting me join the academy, for nudging me to join, and to finally make this decision, join, go through this experience, and for thank you for all the results you helped me achieve. So I can just say thank you, and I have the most gratitude in, yeah, in my life towards you. So I can just say thank you.